Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. In this session, we'll learn or understand how we can use the Python if, else, elif, and nested if. So guys, these statement is used in Python for the decision making. So we use if condition when we have to decide between two things, such as correct or incorrect, true or false, okay or not okay, etc. So this is the structure of the if else. First of all, we need to start our program. So once we start our program, we need to check the condition. If this test expression or condition is evaluating false, it means the else block will run. If this condition is evaluating true, it means the F block will run. I am giving you example on Jupyter Notebook for your better understanding. So let me switch to the Jupyter Notebook. So here, this is the structure of the Python if else. So here you need to mention your test expression. If this test expression is evaluating true, it means this part of block will run. In case this condition is evaluating false, it means this block of code will run. I'm giving you very basic example. Let's say I'm entering the age from the users and you need to check you are eligible for vote or not. So I'm going to typecast into the integer because input function return the string. So here, let's say enter your age. Okay. So here I am going to provide the /t for the single tab. And here I am checking if your age is greater than equal to 18, it means you are eligible for vote. In case this condition is evaluating false, it means you are not eligible for vote. Simple. You are eligible for vote. In case if I'm going to run once again, let's say 17, it means you are not eligible for vote. Okay. So guys, what is happening here? If this condition is evaluating false because my the age is 17. So if this condition is evaluating false, it means the else part will run. Okay. In case this condition is evaluating true, then if block will be run. Okay, so these things you need to remember. Now I am giving you more example. Let's say a equal to 14 and b equal to 12. And here I am checking if my a is greater than b, it means print a is less than b. So let me remove this j. And else, in the else I am checking another condition. If a is equivalent to the b or equal to b, it means print a is equal to b. Else print a is greater than b. Simple. In case if I mention here, let's say 12, both are equal. In case if I mention here, let's say 9 and here 19 and here 23, it means a is less than b. Okay, so same example we can write into the single line as well. So this is also like very elegant way when you are writing the if and else structure into the single line. So how we can write? Let's say I'm changing the situation, print greater. Greater when your a is greater than b. Fine, this is my first condition. Else print equal, right? When if a is equal to b. Else print b is greater. B is greater. And here a is greater. See, b is greater than a, right? And in case if I am going to define, let's say a equal to 100, then a is greater than 100. Now b is also 100, it means both are equal. Okay, so we can use this structure as well. Okay, now another example I am giving. So how we can check if the user is enter the number which is positive, 0 or negative number. So simple, I am going to take a input from the users. Once again, I am going to typecast into the integer, enter a number. Okay, so I am going to enter a number from the user and I am checking here if your number is greater than equal to 0. It means that your number is greater than, it means here we can check another condition, right? Okay, here we can check another condition. Let's say if my number is also equivalent to 0 or not, then 0, else print a positive number. Okay, and else negative number. Negative number. Let's say 10 is a positive. If I am enter minus 10 is negative, or let's say 0 is a negative. Okay, so you can use this example as well, or you can do one thing from in this example. Let's say first of all you can check this number is greater than 0, then you can print the positive number, and then you can use elif. I'm going to tell you, let's say the same example I'm going to pick here, and here I am checking, let's say if your number is greater than 0, fine, now print positive number. Positive number, I'm using here the elif, and here once again elif I am checking. So guys, when you are using the elif, in front of elif you need to mention your conditions. Let's say number equal to 0, print 0, and else print negative number. Same ever example I am transformed in a different way. So positive, minus 10 is negative, and 0 is a 0. Okay, now another example I am giving you for the nested elif, right? So here you need to take the input from the user, 3 input you need to take, and you need to find out which number is greater than among 3 elements. So let's say here, which is number 1, comma number 2, and number 3. I am, let's say 40, 45, and 50. Okay, here I am checking if your number 1 is greater than number 2. Okay, and your number 1 is also greater than the number 3. It means my number 1 is greater than. In case this condition is also evaluating true, and this condition is also evaluating true, it means the entire condition will be true, because I am using the and operators. Here the and all condition will be true, then entire result will be true. So here I am taking a variable largest equal to number 1. I am using here the elif. In the elif, I am going to mention another condition. Another condition is, let's say I am checking the number 2 is greater than number 3. Number 3. Or let's say number 2 is also greater than the number 1. Okay, so you can reverse as well. Let's say number 2 is greater than number 1, and number 2 is greater than the number 3. Both are same. And here largest number will be number 2. Here I am checking another condition. In case all the 3 elements are equal. Okay, so elif number 1 equal to number 2, and number 1 is also equal to the number 3. So largest will be, let's say I'm going to display a message, no one is largest. Okay, all the numbers are equal. Fine. And else I'm going to mention here print, let's say largest number will be number 3. And now I am going to display my message. Let's say print largest element among 3 numbers is /t. I'm using the format, dot format and largest. See, let me do one thing. Number 1 and number 2 and number 3. Okay, Control Z. And here, this one. So largest number is 50. Okay. So in case, let's say if I mention these both number are equal, let's say 0, 3 number are equal here. See, largest element, no one is largest, right? All the numbers are equal. In case if I mention, let's say 59, it means the largest element is 59. So you can use this example for the nested elif. Okay. Now I am giving you another example. Let's say how you can check the number is even or odd. It's a very interesting example or very simple. So see how we can check. Simple. If, so first of all, I need to input the number from the user. So input, and I'm going to typecast into the integer, right? Then here, enter any number. Now I'm checking if that number is remainder, right? Okay, so guys, we need to check the remainder. How we can check the remainder? Using the modulus operator. Okay, using the modulus operator. Let's say whatever the number you are entering, that number I'm going to mod by 2. And if that number is returning me the remainder is 0, it means if remainder, okay, if remainder equal to 0, it means print number is even. Else print negative number. Not negative, sorry guys, it should be number is odd. Simple. Let's say 34, the number is even. And now once again, if I'm going to run, let's say 37, number is odd. Okay, now I'm giving you one home task. Let me copy the home task. So switch to the markdown. This home task, you need to do it. Okay, and now here, so let me provide some space here. What is, so guys, this is the examples, or this is the, you can see that question you need to solve. So here what need to find, so here you need to enter, you need to take any numbers from the users, and behalf of that number you need to check if that number is below the 25, then you need to set a grade which is F. If that number is between 25 to 45, then you need to set as E, and so on. Okay, you can share your answer in the comment below. Okay, now the another example I'm giving you, very interesting example it is. So you need to perform some arithmetic operation based on the user input. Okay, so how we can check and how we can calculate those operations. So let's say number 1 equal to, you need to take input from the users. Let's say input, enter first number, and now you need to enter the second number as well. Okay, so this is your second number. Fine. And here, which operator you want. Okay, or let's say you can say that which operation you want, right? So here, let's say input, enter operator. Fine. And here, if your operator, right, equal to plus, it means I'm going to have the addition. So simple, number 1 plus number 2. Okay. And here you can mention print, the sum is, and here you can mention the result, right? And I'm going to use the slash t. I'm going to provide the single tab. Elif, your operator equal to your operator equal to minus. It means your result will be number 1 minus number 2. And here print difference is slash t, and you can mention the result. And the same, I'm going to copy this one, paste and paste, and it is for the multiplication. And here you can mention the product, and here you can mention the division, and here also division. And here you can mention division. Okay, and the last thing you can also mention, let's say for the modulus operator, number 1 is mode by the modulus operator, and this is the remainder. And else you can mention print invalid operator. See, let's say 12 and 5, and I want multiplication. See, 60. Very good example and very easy. And this is an example for once again nested Elif. Okay, so guys, another example, very basic example. Okay, but it will give you the more clarity. For an example, I am taking a number which is -1. Okay, if your number is greater than 0, it means print, right? Let's say I am changing the message 0 and 1 format. Let's say your number and -1 multiplied by the your number. Now what I'm doing, if I'm using the here the else, and once again I'm going to copy this one. In here I'm going to remove this one. See, okay, so you need to understand one thing here. So guys, Python interrupts non-zero value as a true. Okay, and none and 0 are interrupted as false. Okay, so for an example, if I mention here the, let's say 0, okay, so it will give me the this one. In case, let's say if I mention here the none, it will give me, see, it is giving me the error because it is the because we cannot convert the none, because none is, in case, let's say if you are mentioned none, so I'm giving you another example. Let's say if you are mentioned, let's say if none, let's say false condition, else, let's say test expression is none. See, okay, so if I mention here the none means none is evaluating false, so here text expression is none. So you need to remember these things. Okay, and the if block can have only one else block. If block can have multiple elif block as well. So we have seen, you can see here the if block can have only the single else block, but here right, if block can have multiple elif block as well. Okay, so these things you need to remember or keep in mind in your while you are doing the practice. Okay, guys, so guys, this is all about the Python if else and elif. So we have covered numerous example on it in a greater details. Only one thing you need to remember, if this text expression is evaluating true, it means that a true part will be executed of if. In case this condition is evaluating false, it means else part will be executed. It is very useful when you are solving the task based on the decision making. I hope you enjoyed this session. So please practice more on it and keep learning. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.